classic rock and country music facts and trivia. Today's video. Waylon Jennings recalls being crazy about Elvis Presley. I really can't think of two bigger giants of the music industry than Waylon Jennings and Elvis Presley. Though they met a few times in person throughout their respective careers, they never got the chance to take the stage together, and what a show that would have been. Waylon started out as a radio disc jockey in Texas when he was still a teenager, received a copy of Elvis's first release on Sun Records back in the 50s. He remembers being stumped by Elvis's style in this 1998 memoir, Waylon, an Autobiography. As Elvis was being marketed as a country artist at the time, though he had the sound that was totally as his own, hence the King of Rock and Roll title he was later given. I looked at that yellow sun label from Memphis as if it was from Mars. I thought, what a wild, strange sound. They didn't know what to call Elvis yet on the radio, though they thought of him as country artist. I was crazy about Elvis. I loved the churning rhythm on the bottom. He didn't have a drums yet, but the rock and roll part was unmistakable. You'd think it was overnight, but he'd been plugging away a long time. Elvis later performed in Lubbock, Texas for the first time on January 6th of 1955, and he was billed as the king of Hillbilly Bop. Waylon missed that show, but made it to one not too long after on February 13th, when Elvis returned to the city, this time being billed as bebop western star of the Louisiana Hayride. Being a DJ at the time, Waylon got free tickets to the show and went backstage to meet Elvis, saying he was about the hottest thing to hit Texas. He and Scotty Moore were standing over by the stage, and Elvis was just jumping around everywhere, bouncing and bubbling over with enthusiasm, full of more energy than anybody I ever saw. He was talking to me like he'd known me for 1,000 years. They met several other times throughout the years, mainly in Las Vegas at the end of the 1960s. RCA Records had invited Waylon to one of Elvis's shows in Sin City, and Elvis wanted to see him again, so Waylon found himself backstage once more, this time with a leather wristband due to a fractured arm. The band had a metal peace sign in the middle of it, which apparently caught Elvis's eyes. He admired Waylon's style. Elvis really liked that wristband. I think he wanted it. He kept admiring it. You hillbillies sure know how to dress, and calling attention to it. Waylon, who was pretty easy on the eyes himself, I guess, even noted just how good-looking Elvis was after meeting him in person for those several different occasions. Elvis may have been the most beautiful man in the world. His face was carved like stone, chiseled out of a rock. He was just that good-looking, and it sounds like Elvis was just as much of a fan of Waylon and his music as he recorded one of Waylon's hit singles, You Asked Me To, for his own album in the mid-70s. He did one of my songs once, Just Because You Asked Me To, imitating my voice. After he died, RCA wanted to put out a duet album with artists who had worked with Elvis and asked me to sing along on his finished track. I couldn't handle that. Call Elvis, I told him. If it's okay with Elvis, it's okay with me. I mean, if Elvis is trying to imitate your voice, even if you're Waylon Jennings, you must have done something right. I have feelings that Elvis would have loved to have Waylon on the song with him, but unfortunately, it never happened. That's just sad, really. I can understand him kind of freaking out about it too, though. But I would have jumped at the chance. And you'd think, him meeting the guy, him meeting Elvis, that he would have jumped at it. But Waylon is Waylon. All I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please like this video. I'd appreciate it. Have a great day. God bless you. And as always, praying for you.